Welcome or welcome back to day 12 of our chess journey to 2000 ELO on chess.com. Let's just jump on ahead and see how today goes. 1551 ELO today. We're playing, oh well, this is a name. Vivekanandi Reddy 8408 from India. Let's just go 1d4 as per usual and see what we get. Do we get another Queen's Gambit accepted? No, we get a Slav defense. Modern line as per usual. The knight comes out. Do we go here or here? I think we'll be coming here. This is the 3 knight variation. All good. I really want to come out here. I know it's often an inaccuracy, but typically speaking, I think we find ourselves in good positions when we do so still. Might be because of this move here though. But then we might have this move in this position, which might not be all that bad. Then there is this developing and hitting the bishop. So let's delay this move actually. How about coming up this way? Targeting the knight and... oh, this is the gambit. We played this not too long ago actually. But apparently our opponent doesn't play into taking the pawn. I remember we analyzed this, the anti-marrying gambit. At this point our opponent could take this, and I think it's pretty much a full pawn gambit there, but we get some compensation. Let's come up with a pawn, just close up our formation here. Now this pawn is defended by the bishop. We'll come back with our bishop here. Most likely this will be played. It's not though. Our opponent is playing on the queen side. We could come up this way. We could even play a4, trying to prevent any mobility here. Because I think this move here intends to play this. If we go here, is it still playable or not? Let's say this is played. We're still covering this, I think, and I think we have enough pieces there, so this might be a move. Although it's going to limit our own possibilities of breaking through on the queen side, potentially. We might still have this, supported by those pawns. I think we'll be going a4 here. It's probably not an entirely bad move. Grabbing some space and potentially setting up some kind of a push, or at least taking away this option. We can still bring the bishop out, I think. Our opponent takes here. I think we'll be taking with the bishop. This could be played, and I'm pretty sure this will be our response. Seems quite forced to me. This has to be played. If this is played, the rook is just lost. But now I think we have this, followed by this, and it seems like we would be winning material there, because this isn't a move because of the rook. So most likely I think our opponent here has maybe blundered a pawn. We might even have this move here. I don't know which move is best. Most likely this is okay. And if this is played, this is no good, and this being here applies further pressure onto this pawn. Which doesn't really mean we can take this pawn because the bishop protects it as well, but we might even be coming here and just making a massive mess for our opponent. So yeah, let's take with the bishop. We could see this move maybe, threatening us down here, but then I think we just fall back with the bishop, and if this is taken, I think we're quite good. We might potentially have this. I don't think this is a move. This, and there might be this. If we go here, this isn't playable, so this might induce the queen capture. Potentially here we might have this as well, which could get quite annoying for our opponent. Let's say we go here. Our opponent might castle though. I don't think we have to worry about what happens here, to be honest. Only thing is we have to mention this bishop is still hanging if we end up playing into the wrong position. Let's say this is played and the queen comes out. Do we have this move? Still, our opponent can't take here, but I don't think we have a lot here because the bishop is still protecting. We might have this maybe. This might be an option. This is not an option, I don't think. Castling might be an idea here. So this is a position where we've got a whole lot of moves and we just need to decide on one of them. This might be good because it adds pressure here, as well as threatening this, essentially forcing the capture for our opponent. So if this is played, well, this could be played and this is still not possible, but we do still have pressure down here, which could be added or increased with this move. Still, castles is an opportunity here, a possibility for us, but I don't think it's strictly necessary just yet. So I think this is quite concrete here for us. What happens there then? Then I think we just take. And I don't think we're too worried. We would end up one pawn up, I'm pretty sure. This at least develops one more piece, and the tactics become quite difficult to deal with, I think, for our opponent. This could get annoying against this knight, although it's not necessarily all that bad. And also if this is played, we might have this move, followed by some idea of taking here. Still, this is an idea if this is played. So there are some complications here, at least tactically speaking. The pawn is pushed, but now I think we have this. Let me just have a quick look here. If we take... The thing is, this might be played and we can't come up with a knight then, so we might want to go here first, applying pressure like this. So let's try and evaluate what happens there. If we come up like this, we've got 1, 2, 3 pieces attacking and those squares. Then if we take here, it might get annoying for our opponent. If this is played, then I'm pretty sure we are quite happy. Then we might take here if this is played. This. And then I think we might have to take with the bishop here first. Let's say this is played. This. And if this is played, we just win the piece. But either way here, I think we'll be jumping in first, and whenever this is played, we'll just be taking. I don't think that's a problem at all. So, well, let's just jump in and preserve some time. This is an option, possibly. It's played quite quickly as well. But at least we induce some weaknesses here for our opponent. We can't force some kind of idea here, can we? A bit difficult to say, maybe. Currently, no, this bishop isn't hanging anymore because the pawn pushed. So never mind there. Can we trap the queen? I don't think so. Can just come out to this or this square. Although it could have been an interesting idea. Let's try and follow a line here and see if we have something. Oh, we have this. Oh, that's beautiful. That's fantastic. And if this is played, we just take, and our opponent can't take back because of this. And at the same time, our opponent's pawns here have gotten broken apart, and the king is just weak. So I think we actually have this move here, which essentially wins us a great position by taking this bishop. But do we have this first as a desperado move? Yes, a desperado here. This. I think this might be better for us even, because then we win one more pawn. This, trying to draw arrows here. Now we've lost one bishop for a pawn. If we go here, the queen has to go to this square or this square. If it goes here, we take. Our opponent can't take because of this. So then we won a pawn in total. If this is played, we go here and the queen goes here. I don't think it changes a whole lot. We would still take here, and our opponent can't do a whole lot about it because of the rook hanging. Let's try and look at this first. If this is played and we go here, is this better or is it worse for us? Then I think our opponent, they could still come here, I guess. But then the rook isn't immediately opened up. The difference might not be all that big, to be honest. I think we'll just be coming here. We could have won this pawn, but I think it's maybe a bit scary opening up the rook for immediate attacks. So let's just go here instead. Oh, this is a blunder. I think, because I forgot this comes with a check. Let's see if this is played. Oh no, the queen has to move either way still, so it's not a big worry, I don't think. But I did forget this comes with a check, so that's quite bad. Not quite ideal in that regard. So it's played. This might be played, but then this is played. So we'll be coming here. This still can't be played because of the queen. If it comes here, I think we'll be coming up or down this way and targeting the queen once again. This is a weird position, I have to say. Quite tactical. And I do like some tactical positions, but this is somewhat on the edge, you could say. Now there is this and this move. And this pawn hangs, depending on what's played at least. Well, our bishop has to move. Can we come this way? No, I don't think it works because we don't really win a piece here, because it's all covered. So I think we will have to come back here. This will likely to be played. But honestly, this knight is actually protected twice, so it's not a big worry if one more attacker is added. I just realized. So we do have time to castle there. So let's go for that idea. I'm suddenly looking at this move though, which looks annoying, but at the same time, there is this move here then. And once again, this becomes a problem, I think, for our opponent. So yeah, let's just go here. This seems quite forced. This could be played, but I'm not all that worried about this. Maybe I should be, because it hits the queen like this and the bishop. This is played, which I have to admit I didn't quite consider. So a part of me wanted to go here to just block off castling, but then this is a problem. We might have to take here, but then we can't castle because the queen can take, and block off this. So it's not as easy as I would have liked for it to be, but maybe we can get our bishop into a position like this and blocking of castling of our own. We might be able to come like this as well if the knight is threatened. Don't think we can go here, as I mentioned, because this hangs. So let's just take, I think. This will likely be played to have this. Oh no, this is played. Okay. But now it's this a move, maybe? Oh no, this is a move. Oh, never mind. Because this hangs. Well, it might still be a move. How about this? And if takes, we have this. But our opponent doesn't have to take, and I think the knight ends up in a worse position there. If this is played, this knight can't take, but our bishop gets slightly blocked off, but at least we save the knight because of this and this. Well, there is this, this, and this, but our opponent takes here at the end. So let's come back with the knight. Now there is this move still, which is a bit annoying. We have this threat here towards the knight. If we get to trade off into an endgame here, this c-pawn could become a really powerful asset. This a-pawn as well could become dangerous for us. We'll have to see what we do about it. This can't be played still because of this. The king comes up. Wow, didn't consider this to be played. Here I think we have time to castle. Yeah, I think we have to do it now so we don't lose later by not having castled. Our opponent, I think, might want to trade off into an endgame here because I forgot this could take, but it's not to worry. I think we can come here still, because I was going to say they're centralizing the king, but I do still think we have some ideas here, which could be good. We might have the option here of pushing this up 2 squares. Currently this is a move. Then there might be this, but we could come 1 more square up. We could have this in between move here, targeting the queen. Where could the queen go? It could go here, I guess, and then this. And we might have some infiltration ideas. We don't have this pawn here defended, but the queen can't go to either square here where it could hit this pawn. But still I think, yeah, we will be pushing this pawn. Yeah, I think we'll do so. Because at the end of the line we looked at, I thought the rook could just take this pawn, which I didn't quite like. The knight jumps in, but here I think we have this move, as I mentioned. I'm not worried about those moves here. This comes with a pretty nice position, I think. So let's target the queen by pushing the pawn. Just want to make sure this isn't a move. No, then we only lose 2 pawns for a piece, which is a win for us, I think. This, I think, should be really good. We don't have to take here. We can just get our pieces into the game. Oh, we don't want to blunder a fork at this square. So let's actually allow this to be played. I didn't quite want to do it, but I didn't like the fork that would have been played here if not. This, there is this. I don't see a good follow-up move. We could go here even, and then we've got access into the position. I'm liking this bishop here, it does a great job. Do we have this? Maybe not, but we might have this. If this is played, we just take. If it's pushed, do we have this? But then there might be this move. Defending the pawn. A bit difficult to tell, to be honest. We might even have this and this, targeting the pawn. And this takes away this idea here. If we go here and this is played, we just come here and this pawn should be lost. The knight doesn't have any good gems, I don't think. I could go here, but then this... No, let's come up. Just changing the plan a bit. I didn't love having to fight the knight jumps there. Seemed a bit annoying. Yeah, let's go here maybe. Just targeting the pawns. It will start off by coming here, I think. Then a rook here, and I think we have pretty good positions down here. We might even be threatening a checkmate. I think this is checkmate in 2 actually, or 3. But we'll have a quick... No, the king can escape. I do still think we'll be checking here at least. Now we have full access into the position. The king goes here. There is this. I'm not entirely convinced here. This might have been a bad idea. The bishop is slightly awkward because of this move coming. How about going here? Or do we have this move? Our opponent here is playing really quickly and I'm struggling to find good counter moves. How about this? Might be interesting. And if takes, we have this. But if we go here and this is played, we just lose a bishop. Okay, so let's come up. Didn't like this move at all. Now this is a move, and I think our position has just gotten a bit worse than I would have liked for it to be. Now how do we battle on the A file now, as the rooks have left the file? One minute left to 15. Is this really a move? I think we might have this now. And if our bishop gets taken, we take the rook. This, and this, though. Oh, this is actually scary. How about this? And this is played. I'm struggling here. Honestly, I'm. This kills off our rook mobility. Okay, let's bring the bishop back maybe to play for this. This, and we'll take and keep our protected passed pawn. I'm pretty sure this should be playable now. We'll just have to go for it, considering our time situation. Importantly, we don't want to blunder back rank checkmate. Haven't quite mentioned it yet, but it's on my mind. 40 seconds left to 15 minutes. Our opponent here is playing quickly. Hopefully it's still in a decent position for us. think our opponent has to take here. Or they could maybe ignore us. But I don't think we just come down with the other rook. Or no, then we can take here and pick up this pawn maybe. That might be an idea. But our opponent takes. We will take as well. And now I'm pretty sure we take this way. This could be played, but then we force the knight out, I think. I think we might have been looking at a queen quite soon. Or maybe not. The knight can get into a better position here. Let's go here maybe. Forcing the knight to move and cutting off this pawn as well. Good. Then we can come here, I think. And now we just need our king. Importantly, this pawn can't play the game. Let's come here and advance our king. We can't take this, I don't think, because of this. Let's force the king back. We'll be coming up. And this should be good, I think. Our opponent wants our one pawn, but at the same time we will be winning all of those. Now, importantly, we don't want to allow this, which would block this, so we have to come down, I think. And if this is played, we just take the pawn. So we're still up some material here. How about coming to this square, cutting off the knight, teamed up with our bishop. And now we can look to push this pawn. And we're also closer to this, should it be necessary. This or this might be the only moves trying to play for something here, but I think we probably have a better position here. We just have to make sure this is never a possibility. We might even have blundered the option here or something at some point. Definitely not surprising if it's happened, and the evaluation screams out at us as we review the game. Glad to see the knight here is a bit paralyzed, at least slightly. Let's just push our pawns. This, and we would have two connected passed pawns. This might be played, but then we'll be pushing, I think. The king comes up, but I think this is probably a mistake. Because we can cut off the knight there from coming in this way. Is what I was going to say, at least. Thing is, it's difficult to protect this pawn if this is a possibility. So let's come here first maybe and threaten this. We get this either way, which I think is fantastic. Or so I'd like to say, but I didn't quite love how the king gets in here. This. Oh, we don't have any winning chances. Because our opponent's going to sack the knight to pick up our pawns. I missed this entirely. Wow. Okay, I don't see fantastic ways of playing this. I think this might just be a draw, maybe? This. It might even be a win for our opponent. This is really unfortunate. I thought we were in a much better position, but once this falls, all of our pawns are going to fall and we can't win with just a bishop. So the winning chances lie with our opponent. Oh, this is even a move. Wow. I didn't consider this at all. I think we might be losing here. I really do think we might be losing, which is really unfortunate, but let's maybe try and win this pawn so our bishop can sacrifice itself for the remaining pawn. We'll be coming over with the king. Guess we'll be coming here. Let's hit the knight on the way. Oh, that's a loss. I didn't see this. That's blind by me. Now this is just a complete loss. But let's see if our opponent can convert it. It really sucks blundering the bishop there. That's about as bad as it gets. "17 minutes and 40 seconds for our opponent. We'll try and prevent the pawn here from coming up, but it's going to be a bit difficult, I think. This move is forced. Played a bit too quickly here at the end today, but maybe we'll get a draw. But this is definitely a theoretical win for our opponent with the correct configuration. Let's come here to prevent the king from coming up. And now the king gets to g3. And then it can support the pawn push. So this is well played to our opponent, for sure. This forces us here. And this looks like a mate. Or almost. There's a queen. And I think we'll just be resigning here, saying thanks for the game to our opponent. This was a well-played game by them. Let's just resign here and have a look at the analysis. Yeah, we had a lot of mistakes today. 2 mistakes, 4 blunders, 0 misses. We'll just be going through the analysis here and have a quick look. So we played with 73.8 and our opponent played with 77.4. The graph here is just going amok. Ups and downs all over the place. We were not blessed by the game rating today. Unsurprisingly, yes, we did have quite a few inaccuracies. Let's just go through this. Up until this point, it was all normal. So what happened? Still all good here. We got a fantastic advantage out of the opening. So where did we go wrong? Apparently we can just take this, I guess, which I have to admit I didn't see. It was just a free pawn. But still we have a good position. Even here it's good. This is good even. This is fantastic. Was this good? Not quite, but still our position here is still really good. So where did we lose though? Should have went back with the queen, keeping the pieces on the board. But still we're in a good position. And this is even mate in 7. Oh, there is this move. Oh wow. This is a massive threat because it cuts off threatening checkmate and threatens to just win material. Should have seen it, to be honest. That's not a difficult move to spot. I just didn't see it at all. Went here, and still this is good though. But now we're in a bad position. Should have apparently went here. I was a bit scared there was something here which wasn't going to be good for us. But the worst, I guess, there is a repetition, but what happens if the king goes this way? Oh, I guess then there is a mating net. So I missed some ideas there. And this is where we lost the game, apparently. This is apparently a massive mistake, because I didn't quite evaluate this correctly. I thought this had to be a winning endgame. It looks like it to me still. It definitely still looks like a one endgame to me. Because the knight is stuck here, and, well, because our opponent played... Oh, okay, I see. Because this is the move. The knight is just sacked to get a queen. And we have to go here because of this, and... Wow, this is brutal. This is really brutal. And I guess we can hang on to this, so it's not as bad as it could have been, but still this is difficult. But we got into this position, which was still winning. Quite happy to have gotten here. Still winning. I thought this seemed scary, because if this was played, I thought we just lost the game, because how do we now prevent this from being playable? I guess because we have this move, which allows us to come here and cut off the pawn. So we would have just won those pawns here for free, which would have won us the game. I didn't see it. A bit sloppy by me today. And we lost a couple of crucial moves until we once again got into a winning position here. Cut off the king. All good here. And this was a crucial point once again. Shouldn't have allowed the king, or well, this even, and then this. I guess this is the two move combination I didn't see. Taking and then moving the king. Otherwise, I guess this would have been played, and this is just winning. For some reason here I thought our opponent could go here, but we have the bishop move like this, and then we can push, which I didn't see either. Blindness is real. So we got into this position, which is still a draw, but if and only if, I guess, we go here. Because then our opponent either has to give this up, or, well, not win the pawn. So this was still wrong, but not entirely lost. So at which... Oh, never mind, I forgot. This is it. This is where we lost the game, because I'm just blind, I guess. And this would have been fine. Or never mind, what am I missing here? Why is this not playable? Oh, this is the way of drawing. Well, that's difficult. Then I guess if this was played, would have I would have probably not played this correctly. Apparently the knight shouldn't be moved, but it's still, this is still a draw either way. But well, lost this bishop. Don't ask me how, that's bizarre to me at least, but well, that's about it here. So a bit sloppy today, but we'll have those days. Hopefully we'll bounce back tomorrow. So thanks to, well, I have to read this name once again, Vive Kanan D Ready 8408 from India. Thanks for watching to the end of the video, guys. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your days, and I hope to see you all tomorrow. Bye bye.